Alright guys, that time McDonald's tried to sponsor Mario's hat. Let's check it out.
The year was 1985, and Nintendo were finally ready to release their newest game. It was called Super Mario Bros., and it was about to change the course of video games, well, forever. But what did the box look like of this magnificent video game? Well, in the US, it looked like this, simple and classy.
Does that look simple and classy to you guys? I don't even remember. I was too young to even see these games in store, so it's kind of just unsettling because I was just not conscious when these items were available. So, however, I do remember seeing Nintendo 64 games in the stores.
In Japan, though, here's what it looked like. Instead of hiring a professional illustrator, Nintendo just asked the game's designer, Shigeru Miyamoto, to give it his best shot. His depiction of Mario looked fairly similar to his modern appearance, but Bowser and Peach both look pretty rough. Peach has the pose of a scarecrow for some reason, and Bowser looks like a bizarre BDSM warthog.
Bro, imagine the blue Bowser was still around, guys, but yeah, he's got like a around his neck, everything, guys, like red eyes.
And I think that perhaps seeing this art was what motivated Nintendo, because not long afterwards, they hired a professional illustrator. His name was Yoichi Kotobe, and his task was to redesign Mario. So,
He needs a little redesign there, but you know, what Shigeru wrote right there, fairly accurate, guys, So was he the creator of it? I don't understand.
a quick bit of background.
No, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know.
Yoichi
I don't think so, actually.
Kotobe is actually one of Japan's best illustrators and animators. When he was younger, he worked alongside Hayao Miyazaki, the Studio Ghibli wizard, who would later create this and this and this. Anyway.
Okay, those are quite successful. Spirited Away, man. It's like Spirited Away has like a fandom. Even though it's just like one film. I like it was all over. It's so critically acclaimed, guys. 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nintendo needed someone to jazz up the look of their Mario games, so they decided to hire one of the best animators that money could buy. But Kotobe had some problems at first. He would draw these beautiful, smooth animations with hundreds of frames. They looked great, but they were useless for the games. Adding them in would just take too much storage space in the cartridge.
Dang, for real, guys? Did not expect video games to contain less info than animated stuff. Oops.
But a few months later, Nintendo gave Yoichi Kotobe his first proper job. They wanted him to redesign the world of Mario. First was Princess Peach. Shigeru Miyamoto asked Kotobe to make her a little more stubborn looking. Those were his exact words.
What?
But could he please make her eyes a little more cat-like? Here's what Kotobe came up with, and Miyamoto liked it a lot.
Cat-like eyes, guys? Snap, bro. They even put cat-like features on Princess Peach and we haven't noticed the whole time? Wow.
Then was Bowser, the villain. For him,
Guys, I'm just waiting for the McDonald's part.
Miyamoto pulled up an old film he loved called Alakazam the Great. There was this big bad ox in the movie, and that's what Miyamoto wanted Kotobe to base Bowser's new design.
What? I'm so glad that ox is not Bowser, bro. That's unsettling, bro. I don't want like human-like features like that, guys.
On. It took a few iterations, but eventually Miyamoto was really pleased with this character's
Yo, it's like a Paper Mario style sketch right there, man.
new look. It was great. Which left only one character to go, Mario himself. Now this was Miyamoto's baby, his child, and so he only had one piece of advice for Kotobei. Do what you want, but Mario doesn't kill. That was all he told Kotobei.
Wait, what? So he's trying to target us kids, guys.
And so Kotobei took a
Unfortunately, kids these days are growing up on Roblox, it seems, man.
good long look at this most important of characters. For
Nothing wrong with
the
that.
most part, he actually really liked the design as it was. But there was one area that grabbed his attention: Mario's hat. You see, it had this red M on it. M for Mario, fine. But the way the M was drawn, it reminded him of something completely different. The McDonald's logo. Oh god, he couldn't leave that how it was. And so Kotobei started redesigning this M to make it more distinct, more clearly separate from the McDonald's arches.
Dang, bro. This passed me the whole time that is very similar to the McDonald's logo, man.
But that's when something very unexpected happened.
Just as a side note here, guys, we're on like day 8 of quitting smoking, and my lungs are now in a very much a better condition, like, than they were. Like, I'm spitting up way less phlegm and stuff, so I'm happy. I'm getting my energy back. It is awesome.
It was McDonald's on the phone. They had somehow caught wind of Mario's redesign. How exactly? It was hard to know. Anyway.
Dang, bro, what is McDonald's? Does McDonald's have like an all-seeing eye or something, man?
They had a request for Kotobei. You know that M on Mario's hat? Well, we've actually noticed it looks kind of like our logo, the McDonald's M. Yeah, that one. Well, we kind of like that it looks similar. We think it's an opportunity. And so we're actually requesting that you make Mario's M look more like the McDonald's arches. All right? Thank you.
More like it? What? Why? They already made it like it already, guys.
So, yes, you heard
They didn't even redesign it that much. It's still there, isn't it?
that right. According to Yoichi Kotobei, McDonald's actually
It's like subtle advertising for it, guys. Subliminal advertising.
requested that he redesign Mario's M to look more like the McDonald's arches. Now, as for what they were offering in return, Kotobei has never ever said. Maybe there's some kind of non-disclosure agreement in place, or maybe he's just a respectful guy who wants to give McDonald's their privacy. Either way, I can only assume that McDonald's were offering something in exchange for their proposal. Some big lump sum of money, or maybe a marketing partnership between the two brands.
Lo and behold, it happened.
It would be a rather forward request to make.
I'm sure they sponsored Nintendo so much these years. That's just scratching the surface, man.
Otherwise, actually, it's a pretty forward request either way, to redesign your company mascot to more closely resemble a fast food chain's logo.
Might as well just put the logo there, right, guys?
That's pretty out there. You can't say McDonald's didn't have guts, that's for sure. So all of this leaves...
Imagine it was a logo instead. I think that'd make McDonald's a little too powerful.
just one question. What did Kotobei do? Did he turn down the offer? Did he ignore McDonald's? Or did he take them up on their request? Well, Kotobei actually kept his lips sealed on all of this. For the next 2 decades, he didn't tell a soul. But finally, in 2018, Kotobei felt ready to tell the whole story to a French newspaper called Le Monde. And when he was asked about his redesign of Mario, he
Imagine somebody from Nintendo just contacts your newspaper. That's a huge story, man.
had this to say. I kept the character's thick contour line. On the other hand, I accentuated the features on the M of Mario's cap to clearly distinguish it from the McDonald's logo, who asked us, on the other hand, if they could be more alike. So, no, Kotabe and Nintendo ended up turning down McDonald's request. In fact, perhaps out of spite, Kotabe went out of his way to make this new M even more distinct than the old one. You can pretty clearly see the difference if you compare both versions of
It's still similar, guys.
Mario side by side. However, this incident did not end up completely burning the McDonald's Mario bridge, because a few years later, the two companies partnered up to release these Mario figures inside the McDonald's Happy Meals. And this partnership
Luigi's L isn't even covered in, but hey, they did collab, guys.
has actually continued on up until this very day. But if you look
Basically.
closely at Mario's hat, that M is still very much.
I'm sure they'd love to have a freaking kid-friendly mascot to be partnered with, right, guys?
Red. Thanks to my amazing patrons for making this whole thing possible. If you want to help support the future of Thomas Game Docs, plus gain access to my exclusive Discord server, you can join at patreon.com/ThomasGameDocs. And I'll see you next time.
That's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Support the creator in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Went through all this without photoshopping McDonald's on Mario's cap? Okay. Maybe I should in the thumbnail. It's a fantastic video. I never knew about this. You're great at telling a story. Yep. That's the video, guys. Thank you. Later, guys. Later. Mario's hat, by the way.